Hello and welcome to the English Mastery Podcast. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into one of the most common questions we get from learners all around the world. How can I improve my English? Joining me today is Emma, an experienced English teacher and language coach. Welcome, Emma.
Thanks for having me, Alex. I'm excited to talk about this topic. Improving your English doesn't have to be a daunting task.
Exactly. So, let's get straight into it. Emma, what's the first tip you have for English learners who want to improve their skills?
My first tip is simple. Consistency is key. Learning English isn't something you can do overnight, but if you practice a little bit every day, you'll see progress. Just 10 to 15 minutes of practice daily can make a huge difference. What do you think, Alex?
I couldn't agree more. And it doesn't have to be a long, intense study session, right? You can make it part of your routine, like listening to a podcast on your commute or reading a short article during lunch.
Exactly. Speaking of which, another tip is to immerse yourself in the language. This means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. Watch English movies or series, listen to English podcasts, read English blogs or books. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is constantly picking up on patterns, phrases, and new vocabulary.
That's a great point. And I always tell people, don't stress about understanding every single word. You don't have to. The more exposure you get, the more things will start to make sense naturally. Now let's talk about speaking.
Speaking can be intimidating, but you need to start small and practice often. If you don't have a native English speaker to practice with, try talking to yourself. It sounds funny, but even practicing aloud on your own helps build confidence. You can describe what you're doing as you go about your day, or record yourself speaking and listen back.
I like that. Talking to yourself is such an easy way to practice without pressure. And let's not forget, making mistakes is part of learning, right?
Absolutely, Yuri. Making mistakes is a natural part of the process, and it's how we grow.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. They're actually a good thing because they show you're trying. Instead of focusing on perfection, focus on communication. If you can get your message across, you're already succeeding.
Yes, it's all about progress, not perfection. Another thing learners often ask about is improving their vocabulary.
That's right, Sophie. Expanding your vocabulary can really boost your confidence and ability to communicate effectively.
One thing that works well is learning vocabulary in context. Instead of memorizing random words, focus on words that are relevant to your life or things you're interested in. For example, if you love cooking, learn vocabulary related to food and recipes. Use apps like Anki or Quizlet to review new words regularly. And don't forget to use those words in sentences so they really stick.
Great tips, Emma. Contextual learning makes vocabulary more meaningful and easier to remember. Keep practicing, everyone.